Welcome back, guys. It's your boys with another video. As always, I'm Hypey.
And I'm gonna vape.
What do we got today, Innovate?
Today we're talking about women.
Okay.
Okay, so um, time I can't. I cannot make an insult. look, look. What you guys have to understand, just understand this. I was planning on having a topic that is very incel friendly. I was raised with two sisters, bro. I cannot have that conversation and actually sound like I'm bickering about women. Women are amazing, and for me. It's always been easy to talk to women because I was raised with sisters. So if if you're struggling to talk to women, just put yourself out there. There's a lot of different things you can try. Just don't be an incel, bro. Because take it away.
I was gonna say it's just interesting because I also was raised with like two women. I love my sisters. I love my sisters. I love my mom. And like literally, I get so upset like when anything insulting goes that way. So that's why when you said it, so that's why when you started it off like that, I was like, but
You can't okay, just know that you know
oh,
I think there's been look. The
mhm.
comment could be said if you weren't raised with women, it is hard to talk to women. But I think there's strategies that you can use and approach to be able to talk to them. Not only that, I think it's not hard. Hear this one out. Empathy. Whoa. Charlie Kirk doesn't like that one, but okay.
This
Look,
guy, this
it's
guy,
really
this guy is always like, let's stray from politics. What does he do, dude? First thing he
okay.
does.
No, okay. No. The real thing is I think it's not hard to just talk to when you're talking to a girl or a bro and be like, "Yo, is that cool?" Like not like just like in a very like it's not even like a weird way to ask. Like, "Is that cool? Is that funny?" Like something like that, like
Hmm.
kind of like a validation question really quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's kind of just like reading the tempo or reading the room. And I think a lot of people that turn into incels cannot read the room. Women can also be incels, by the way. I'm just saying, right? Women can also be incels.
It's so weird because like in my opinion, it's always been like such a thing where like you could tell that people just struggle with talking. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, picture this. Picture this. Because I don't know, because obviously this isn't normal because I can speak to anybody. If it's a guy, hey bro, what's up? If it's a girl, hey queen, how you doing? Right? Like, and like the way you talk to someone is based on how you think they would respond, which is what we do all the time anyways. That's how you make friends, talk about like
Okay.
interests and such. But for some reason, you can have someone that's so good at talking, right? You see them present themselves, you're like, "Oh my God, this
Hmm.
person's amazing. Wow, great." And then for some reason, you introduce the opposite gender and immediately you see someone else and you're just
Yeah.
like, what, why are you acting like this right now, like.
I've seen okay. I have also seen I have female friends and I've seen them fumble like
Mhm,
a guy that they're interested in too, right?
mhm,
Where
mhm.
it's just like uh, women can be super sexist too, right? Because it's just such an easy like, did you ask him for his Instagram? Did you ask him for his number? And then they're like, no, that's weird. And I'm like, that's kind of sexist. Like, why not? Like, what do you mean? Like, you can also make a move. Like, the guy doesn't always have to make a move, but like, there's a lot of girls that have this like preconceived idea. Like, the fact that the guy has to propose is something that annoys the hell out of me, by the way, because it's just like, why can't the girl make that decision? Like if she really wants to propose, let her propose. I'm just saying I'm not a fan of a lot of our norms in society. But
Oh yeah,
that's just like
it's
me
it's like
arguing
this,
that one.
it's like the similar aspect where you hear guys especially talk about it nowadays where um they're like, oh, I want to show my feelings but I'm supposed to man up kind of deal. But
Yeah,
uh
dude.
the thing is like you're kind of giving into those while you're kind of accepting it, because I'll be honest, like I've struggled with that too, right? Like there's times where I've been at my worst and I'm just like, I can't be doing this because I'm supposed to be a guy, right? But at the same time, like it's okay. It's okay. And like so that's why when it happens for both like women and men to struggle with like the opposite gender, I'm like it's fine because it happens. But a part of me is just like at the end of the day, we're all the same people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I could talk to you the same way I talk to like my girlfriends, to my other guy friends, and it's
yeah.
chill, you know? Like I have never talked to someone like at the start with the interest of being like, "Oh, damn. How do you do in bed though?" Like, you
Okay,
know?
now that I think about it, I think a lot of people that do turn into incels is because every girl they approach becomes a romantic interest.
hmm
I think that's what happens, right?
Ooh, okay.
So, like, instead of, like, viewing the girl as just a person, they're like,
Mm,
"Oh, romantic interest," like, instantly, right? Like, and they
yeah.
can't and I think the pipeline of becoming an incel is you have no female friends, so you end up not interacting with women. So women don't introduce you to other women because there's benefit. You don't have to create like the girl into a romantic interest because if she becomes your friend, all of a sudden your girlfriend now introduces you to other female friends, right? So like now you get invited to places where other girls are going to be at. So like you don't if you think about the long game, right? Making a lot of female friends leads to them introducing you to a lot more female friends,
Dang.
which then lets you have more options as to what women you can date compared to like being so like tunnel visioned of like, I gotta, like we play League of Legends or whatever. It's just like I gotta, get that CS or like I gotta get this kill. It's just like don't tunnel vision, bro. Like you're tunnel visioning super hard. Think about the long game, bro. like
You
like
kind
there's
of
so many things.
You sound like a Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's like looking at the chart and he's like pointing at all the lines, and then like I forgot the other character's name. He comes in and he's like, "What the fuck?" And like you're showing me your investment plan. You're like, "Okay, so get this. I've been speaking to Rebecca. Rebecca, she's cool. She's a good homie. We have some similar interests, but that's not the point. That's not the reason why I'm friends with Rebecca.
Oh
Rebecca,
man.
she has a book reading club. You know me, I love my literature. I love my literature. And you know who else loves literature? The ladies in the book club. Yup,
Bro,
yup.
it's so funny.
But
But
no,
like
like it's
I'm just saying, right, in that sense, right? Like how to avoid being an incel, how to avoid being in that situation where like women don't want to talk to you.
mhm.
You have to make female friends and then really think about it like in that sense. Like if you're hanging out with girls, other girls hang out with other girls, etc. Like it's
Yeah, yeah.
cyclical, right?
I I
So it's really my point.
I will say like yeah, because funny enough, that's actually there's like two main things that usually compose to like how relationships build. It's like someone in your interest slash hobbies, like whether you
Mhm.
guys are in a club, you guys like tournament series, right? Like you guys are always showing up to the same things, or you guys always talk about the same stuff. The other one
Yeah,
is usually like, uh, hey, you should talk to my friend, like because they think that
yeah,
you guys would vibe well, whether it be in a friendly instance or like in a relationship wise. That's usually how it goes.
yeah,
And this also goes both ways, by the way, because I know so many of my girlfriends that have introduced me to each other just because they're like, oh, this guy's funny, and I'm just like, hey. they're like hey, but like at the same
uh,
time, like I just enjoy meeting people, so I go in there with like a fresh
yeah.
set of mind and like
Okay, for context, I am not a tall dude. I am 5'6", right? And the fact that in my life, I have never had issues like talking, like starting conversations with women, dating women. Like it's never been an issue, right? And then I think we were talking about it off podcast, right? Dudes that are taller than me, dudes that I think are more attractive than me, dudes that have it better than me, right? Struggle, And even those dudes have tried talking to my exes, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing? So like it is mind-boggling that like it's just I don't know. Like I don't know, bro. Like there is just so much of advantage, I guess, that people just view it as like. you got to be raised with sisters. It's just like there's things you can do, bro.
Yeah.
There's things you can, because like girls, okay, there's like a subsect of girls that like dating dudes like super like horsing around dudes like super like on that spectrum, right? So to say all girls don't like me because like I'm too dude, not necessarily manly. That's not really what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
describing, like dudesque,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
dudesque, right? Or like not necessarily like Chad, like a Chad, but like very dude esque kind of
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And girls like there's certain types of girls that love that kind of like characteristic or like that like box, right? Like they're like that's my type, right? I just want to see him play with frisbee with the homies. It's just like sure, girl, like whatever you're interested. So I hate also when guys say, "Oh, girls aren't into my type." It's just like, dude, there's like 8 billion people in the world, and you're really gonna say that there's no girl that like views you as their type? Come on,
Mhm.
be so for real with yourself, bro. Be so for statistically, like there someone's gonna view you as a type, no matter how you interpret it.
I will say, not that I hadn't seen it before, but one thing I saw recently that really like refreshed my mind on the whole thing was I think I was on Instagram just going through my reels. By the way, Instagram, they think I'm a lesbian. It's so funny. I keep getting these reels where it's like when like it's like two girls and it's just like you and your partner and I read the comments and everyone's just like oh dude, me and my partner this and I'm just like I don't know how I got here. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, while scrolling, I I got I got one where it was a guy like being like, "Hey, day one," and he's gonna try to get fit, try to be active. So
uh,
he's posing shirtless, and
uh,
he's like showing his muscles, he's flexing a bit, right? But like obviously
yeah.
this is day one, right? Like but he's feeling himself, so
Okay.
he's around the camera.
Okay.
All the comments, even though this guy, like he's big at at the moment, right? But like all the
Yeah.
comments are all these girls being like hubba hubba, and I'm like interesting, but and like
So like this was before he was like buff,
yeah,
basically. Is
like
that like the idea?
yeah, like he had posted this 2 days ago, meaning like he's probably still on that journey, right? Like he just
Yeah.
started, but like w- they already like everyone I already
Like
thinks
he's
he's
already a
attractive.
type, right? That's what we're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah. Like and
Like he's not necessarily like super big or like super buff, but he's already a type.
and like I'll admit it, like I was like like I agree, like he's an attractive looking dude, right? And the girls in the comment sections were talking about all different things about his body that they liked, and
Yeah.
it blows my mind, but at the same time, just like how you brought up, like there is like a type for everyone. Like someone will see you and be like ugh, but then their friend would be like,
Literally the person sitting next to them, right?
yeah, they'll be like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're kind of guy looking. Sometimes. By the way, you're 5'6". I can't believe that. Sorry, I'm still lost about that. This whole time
What?
I thought I was doing a podcast. This is a 6 feet only podcast.
What?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying. I'm
hype.
just
How
saying.
tall are you, bro?
I'm 5'11". I'm 5'11". It's over.
Uh,
It's so over. No, but funny enough,
uh,
uh, funny enough, like yeah, stuff like that, like even growing up, I feel like it never like planned that way, but like the stereotypes and such, like you want to find any advantage you want, especially if you're like, let's say you're a guy and you feel lonely, right? One thing that a lot of people will tell you to do is like, hey, why don't you try dating? Go talk to some people. Maybe that's what you're missing.
mhm.
You get in a dating app, right? And you make a profile and you like swipe for dates.
Empty.
You don't find
The void,
anything. You
bro.
don't find
The
anything.
emptiness,
And
the void of it, bro.
sometimes on the other page, like the same thing that you were mentioning, like a woman might want something from a guy that like wants him to approach first or like him show interest first, but then at the
Yeah.
same time it's like, hey, how do you even expect for the guy to show up if you're not putting your foot out the door? you know and so like these small complications from both sides just puts this really awkward side where like this guy might be having an issue where it's just like, hey, can you at least let me talk, while this person is like, hey, I want everything but I don't want to go, but it's fair because everyone wants that, everyone wants their dream person. I need my rappy cosplayer girlfriend that loves One Piece and she's amazing, right? You know, and like that is wishful thinking. We need to set the bar a lot lower. Honestly,
Oh man.
and if I'm being honest, like if I'm being genuine, right? At the end of the day, I think I would just want someone that is just loyal. That's it. That's the standard. But if I'm not looking, rappy cosplayer, loves One
Oh my
Piece,
god.
you know.
Hype is like, I need to become famous this way so that I have more opportunities, right?
It's like you were saying earlier, you got to invest. You got to invest. Back to the Charlie poster, you know, the whiteboard and everything. Now I'm the
I'm
crazy
gonna make a
one.
podcast
Yeah.
and there's gonna be so many women that follow me and I'm gonna be so goaded.
It's crazy. Well, it's kind of like I don't know if you've had this. I've had some friends who have genuinely told me they're like, I think I'm gonna start playing Valorant, and I'm like, Valorant? Why would you play that?
Yeah.
And they're like, a lot of e-girls on Valorant, and
Oh
I'm
my
just like, oh my god.
god,
And I'm
bro.
like, dude, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you on my feed the next day about how you were harassing some girl. I'm like, dude, I was like, please leave them alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It
But
okay, what's funny though is that I think not I don't know the percentages, I'm not gonna throw out a number, right?
mhm.
But I genuinely believe that there's also women on these gaming platforms that want a guy to approach them, right? But, you know, it's just it's complicated, bro. Like it's not an easy conversation. It's just completely dependent on the girl,
Dude,
honestly.
I have played Overwatch, right? I played Overwatch with my good friend, and we like I just enjoy. Let's relax, all right? All right, I'm getting judgmental stares. No, no, no. But okay, so I have played Overwatch with my good friend, and when I was playing, you know, she would always get a lot of comments. You know, like everyone, like once they noticed she was a girl, they would always be messaging her and such and this and that. And
Um,
you know, she'd be laughing about it. You know, she's like, well, that's kind like you know, it's whatever. There was a time I got a message. I was tanking. One of my healers was like, hey, can we like they were talking about something about positioning, and I think I like
okay,
talked in the
yeah.
comms like, oh, don't worry, I got it. And then I was like, look, I even did this, right? I was like, whoa, right? I think I was playing Ramatra, and they were like, oh my god, dot dot dot, Ramatra, can I write on it? And I was like, and I was like, what?
Why?
And
Why?
then and
What
then I remember being
What?
like I remember being like
What?
I remember being like no. Like I responded, I said no. And I was like, I just want to play the game, right? Like I had said something like that, right? And she was like, wait. And then like she's like, wait, oh that's so sweet. And then she was like after a few seconds
She's
later,
like, "I'm in."
no 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 no. Like
She, like, doubles down basically.
after a few seconds she was like, wait, that's so sweet. And then she was like, so I can't write it? And then I was like, this, ah! But at the same time, like for example, my friend, if she got a comment like that, she would laugh it off. But me, I'm like not expecting it, I guess, and I'm like,
You're
chill.
like,
The payload
"Whoa."
needs to be pushed right now. We're losing. We won that, by the way. And just for what it's worth,
I feel like we're giving like, if anyone watches this, they're gonna be like, "Okay, writing it down. Overwatch got it, Valorant got it." Like,
I,
what games to play with girls,
J-
bro?
just for reference, I
Oh,
did add
man.
them, but they were cool. We're friends. I haven't talked to them in a while, but we're cool. We're chill. But it was just so funny because she was hitting on me, and I was like, "Can we play?"
Oh,
But like,
that's
you
hilarious,
know,
bro.
um,
And,
it is. You just never
uh
know, man. I should
I don't
message her.
remember I was gonna say something earlier, but I totally forgot. That was a hilarious story, by the way. Um, I guess yeah. What other topic? I think that was kind of like the summarization of what we had for today.
Yeah. Um, was there another issue apart? Oh, I did want to say that like going back to the guy like I had saw on Instagram.
Okay.
Sometimes, and like it's something I just noticed a lot. Like a lot of guys specifically will look at a duo, right? Like people who are dating, and they're like, dude, how is that not me? Right? Like they start getting very like,
Okay.
they wish it was them. But at the same time,
Self-insert or something like that. Like
yeah,
they yeah, right. I think self-insert would be the best way to describe it.
it's like if he's doing it, why can't I? And I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
I don't even know anything about this guy. Like, how did he even get there? You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, doesn't matter. I'm like, they were probably just being themselves, or they were just. There's a reason, two people like each other. It's probably because they liked how they worked. And sometimes your appearance doesn't do that, but your voice does. Like your actions do, right? Like if you want to do something well for someone, let them know you like them, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I like something even as simple as like, hey, I went to go get you food from your favorite place because I knew you're gonna be busy, right? Or like something where it's like, hey, do you want to play that game you've been asking me to play because I know it means a lot to you, right? Like the simple stuff
Yeah.
like that, like it means a lot, and no physical appearance needed. And I think that's something that's really lost in the dating world where people are like, yeah, looks matter. Like if you ask the average person, looks matter. Like they're gonna tell you that
Yeah.
they don't, but they're gonna tell you that they do. But in reality, the thing that goes a long way is how you are with them. Like looks can only take you so far when like just vibing with a person is something you want to constantly be doing. You know what I mean? And you're like and it's just one of those things where it's like that's okay. Like don't worry about yourself. Like sure you should worry about yourself because healthy reasons and such, right? But I mean not really so much for like looks is what I would say. But to each
You
their
are
own.
not defined by the value that a woman gives you.
You're not defined by a value that anyone gives you. I've talked to a lot
Yeah.
of people, and a lot of people
I
insulted me, but none of that, because I know how I'm worth. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
but
Are you happy with that one? Is there a good take?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Guys, I know you know what? Live your life. If you hated everything that we said for the last 20 minutes, that's okay, but I enjoyed the talk.
Good
And
one.
if you leave here with anything, just know girls play Overwatch and Valorant, and that's all you need to know. So
That's true. Wait, sometimes people got to be wondering like where they're playing at right now. Do not go to WoW. Do not go to WoW.
oh
You do
man.
not want to be talking to the people who are playing WoW. I just
That's
put it that.
freaking hilarious.
All right, guys. Let us know what you want to talk about next time. That's what we should do.
Dude, I've
That's
been
what we should
forgetting.
do.
Yeah, leave it in the comments what you're interested in us talking about. And then that's it.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye.